Hi friends, in this tutorial, I am going to walk you through the transition from Pincha Mayurasana to forearm wheel and kicking over from that forearm wheel back into dolphin pose. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button to support this channel. That would truly mean a lot to me. Now, this transition is also known as the TikTok, and it may seem like a very intimidating transition at first, mainly because it involves us having to get over that fear. It is really scary when we think about it and when we attempt this transition for the first time because we are kicking over our hips. And when I was first learning this transition, I was very, very afraid of it. I think it's because your head is closer to the ground, so that mental obstacle is there. But over time, the more that you practice and the more you learn how to breathe in forearm wheel, the more you send this message to your brain that this movement is safe for you. Now, a lot of times we think that this is a transition that involves a lot of mobility, particularly in the thoracic spine, and stability in the lumbar spine and strength from the legs to kick us over. However, this transition is actually more to do with timing, coordination, and being comfortable in the forearm wheel. And of course, being comfortable and dropping down from Pincha Mayurasana. So before attempting this transition, please make sure that your body is warmed up, particularly your chest, your shoulders, your legs, and your glutes. So before we go through the walkthrough, let's set up 2 blocks just on our mats and walk your feet onto the blocks and prepare yourself as if you're coming into Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose. We just want to get a little more heat built up in the body before we attempt this pose. So take an inhale to prepare. On your exhale, push up through the legs, push up through the arms. Now I want you to use your feet and your glutes to push your chest forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, power from the legs, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Beautiful work. Slowly come down, chin to chest. And just take a moment here. Maybe come into a supported bridge pose. Focus on that posterior tuck of the pelvis. Find a stable connection to your breath. And if you could hear these little sounds in the background, excuse me, those are just my 2 guinea pigs, ebb and flow. So whenever you're ready, set yourself up for your dolphin pose. We're going to go get flying right away. So I like to keep my hands into fists when I come into this transition. And particularly, I like this hand placement because I could feel my biceps firing up. Whereas if my hands are planted on the floor, I can't really feel that activation with the biceps too much, and my shoulders feel less open. Whereas when I take my hands into fists and I really focus on that push, then I feel that my arms are working and my shoulders are opening. So come on into your dolphin. And once you kick up into your Pincha Mayurasana, I want you to focus on trying to slow down into your forearm wheel with as much control as possible. When you feel that your feet are landing onto the ground, I want you to immediately push your chest back. All right, towards this side, the end of the mat. That's going to help reduce the inertia and the impact, right? Because it can be really scary to kick over into forearm wheel. So that chest moving back is really going to help with that counterbalance. All right, so take an inhale. On your exhale, kick up into your pincha. Focus on slowing down with control. Move your chest through as your feet land. Walk your feet really close just so that your ankles are directly underneath your knees. Now I want you to keep pushing your chest forward as you bend through both legs. And on the exhale, I want you to push your right leg into your chest. Ready? And you're back in your dolphin pose. And from here, just take a moment to sit in an upright position. Now, as you notice, when we push our chest back towards the mat, as our right leg goes towards our chest, it makes it easier to let our hips go over the shoulders. And as soon as you feel that transition of the hips on top of the shoulders, then that's when you change your gaze from back to forward, just in the space between your thumbs, all right? So just take a moment here to reconnect to the natural rhythm of your breath. And we'll try that one last time. Now it really helps to understand the shift of the weight from the legs into the forearms, because that's when you feel enough power to kick over. So, from your dolphin pose, find your Pincha Mayurasana. Move your gaze through if you're comfortable with that. And as your legs lower, push your chest forward. Walk the feet in just so that the ankles are right below the knees. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, bend through the legs, right knee into the chest. You're back into your dolphin pose. Sit in an upright, comfortable seat. And just take a moment to recenter. And even when you're first getting over the fear, use the help of a spotter, or also use the help of your phone camera to film you on the side. Then you could really notice all these different positions of your shoulders, your forearms, and your feet. The feet must go directly underneath the knees. If the feet are way close to your glutes, you won't be able to create that space to kick up over. It's always great to kick up, to kick over on the exhale, and to really learn this balance of using your chest to pull through. A lot of times when we think of these asanas like backbends, and I prefer to use the term heart opener, it makes us put too much emphasis on the spine, whereas we need to get the thoracic cavity in the mix, the ribs, the chest, because that chest pulling you back is going to help provide you a nice counterbalance. And don't worry if this stuff doesn't click right away. This transition takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of consistency. What's really important, I think the most important concept to master in these transitions is being able to breathe in the transition. Because like I've said earlier, when you breathe in these asanas, when you breathe through transitions, it sends this great message to the brain that this movement is safe. And that also helps us get over the fear slowly but surely. Again, use a spotter if you're scared still. And some days it will click, some days it will feel like it's impossible, but that's just the nature of the practice, right? We all have different unique physical bodies, and we have to acknowledge that when we're learning new asanas and new transitions. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below. And I hope you had fun in this transition. This is a really great one to learn the Kickover from forearm wheel, otherwise known as the tick-tock. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have fun in your practice and have fun along your journey. Thank you.